like the danger.
So how you doing?
I'm doing well. How you?
We're good, we're good. Actually, I even don't know where to start. There's so many questions I would like to ask. This is the first time in Finland. How are you feeling the crowd?
Finland is dope. I like it.
I would just say that maybe if you would come to maybe Helsinki, there will be a lot more youth feeling your music. We are a bit further from the capital city.
Helsinki, that's the capital city.
Yeah.
Dope.
So the youngsters there probably will be so much more like into like seeing your gig. I just wonder, like, you're only 22, but you've been working with like a lot of legends in the hip hop scene. You even like legendary hip hop journalist Sway been gushing all about you. How do you keep your like feet on the ground and not go nuts with all this like attention you are getting?
I go super nuts on a daily basis.
You're not even hiding it.
No, yeah, I'm crazy as fuck.
Do you think that it's crazy how like as a young age you've been able to get this attention or this fame?
No, not really. You know, just because I've been working on this shit for a long time, and I think it's just my personality that I don't get caught up in that type of shit. Like, it's dope working with dope people and like having support from a lot of cool people, but I got crazy fucking shit going on in my real life. You know what I'm saying? Like, not just what people see on Instagram or like on the blogs and shit.
You've also talked about like being depressed and how getting through it, but the thing that was most like refreshing about it, that you talk about how it wasn't just like when you hit the success that all the depression went away. It actually were still part of your life. So what was the key to then understand that this is not the right way to handle your life or your situation? What got you through that? If it, because usually we think that when you hit the success or when you are successful, that's it, that you don't have any mental illnesses or any problems with your mental health.
It's an everyday thing, you know? It's just like approaching it every day and doing the shit that fulfills me and satisfies me as a person, and that's, you know, really making music and talking to people that care about me for me, and people that I've been around from day one, and being there for my family and being around my family. That's why I moved back to Chicago. I was living in Beverly Hills, but I was like, you know, I gotta get back rooted in home. So yeah, to answer that question, it's really getting through that type of shit is just that's an everyday battle, you know, and so just sticking to it. It's awesome to me to have people hit me up and say that they can understand my story, and that's helping them, you know, find their way through things they're going through. More than anything, know that it's like therapy for me. Like, that's how I come to terms with my own past and my own struggles, is through music, and that's what I love. So that's the main reason why I make shit so personal, is because I figure it out. Like, I was putting things together when I was writing the song. There's a lot going on, and figuring out why I felt certain ways. Maybe, you know, why I was like acting how I was, and it's like all comes together. So for me, it's like therapy. It's like writing a journal or some shit. I got crazy shit popping at home, and there's so much going on in America. That's really the shit that occupies my brain for the most part.
And your new EP, there's a lot going on, is even more relevant this week with everything that's happened in the States. Do you think that it drives you in more to write the type of song that you wrote for the EP, or how are you feeling at the moment?
Yeah, you know, those are the things that I think about, things that matter to me. So that's what I put into the music, and that's like my way of coping with it, dealing with it, coming to terms with shit. It feels good to like talk about real shit. People appreciate it, and more than anything, it's like that's what makes me happy, is addressing truth and honesty.
Camps, niggas still getting tased and body slammed. The cigarettes will kill you when you're on. They kill you for a cigarette. I honor Art the Stunner fam. I'm a proud of him, he a proud of me. I'm a prodigy up in these prodigies. I'm trying to make my progress a part of the election.
Do you listen a lot of other like music outside of rap at the moment, or?
Yeah, man, I was listening to I always listen to a lot of like 90s rock and roll. So, like Weezer, Smashing Pumpkins, Radiohead. In rap, I've been listening to YG's album a lot. I feel like YG album, like that's probably my favorite album out right now.
You said that there's not a lot good new rap at the moment. Why is that? Why do you think that the other rappers don't do good enough job at the moment? And
niggas don't be talking about shit. That's all. Niggas don't be talking about. Rappers in general these days don't really talk about shit. You can't listen to the song and be like, okay, this is about this, you know? It's usually just like a checklist of the same things. It's like something about your bitch, something about popping a Xan, something about drinking some lean, doing some Molly, something about a foreign, maybe 4 Giottos on that bitch. The list goes on, but you know, most people aren't talking about anything that interests me or bringing new perspectives to anything. That's why I love YG album, because YG a real street nigga, but the way that he's approached and evolved that sound and the content in that sound is just like so real life. You really get a window into the world, and that's what I do with my music, is give you a window into my world. So you feel like what you're listening to, you're experiencing me as a person. You're not just hearing me say the same old shit.
So when is the new album coming out?
No release date.
No release date. You don't know anything about the release?
No, I mean, I was like putting my sequencing together yesterday. The album's gonna be amazing. I don't have a release date yet though. This
are there
year.
Some new thing? Are there some like new elements or something new that you're gonna try with the new album? How it's gonna differ from your EP at the moment?
I would say it kind of like picks up where the EP left off from the last song of the EP. My album is very autobiographical. So like that long story I told on there, I tell a lot more stories in the album, you know what I'm saying? Just like shit gonna feel like when niggas heard Mobb Deep, the infamous, and they were brought into those Queensbridge projects. Like when you hear my album, that's just gonna take you into my mind and take you into my world and my city.
What is the most important thing that you have to feel about the song that you are doing, that you can be assured that this is something that I want to put on an EP or album or mixtape? Like there's one thing that makes it pop out.
Yeah, well, I mean, the criteria for me for the album was a little bit different than the criteria for the EP. Like the EP had a lot of the same energies, but I also put in songs like New Bay and Liquor Locker that were more fun, and just like party songs. But on the album, nothing that's not extremely heartfelt is gonna be on my album.
Do you have other music projects going on at the same time?
Yeah, I got some cool shit. Going on, man, you know. From like movie collaborations and different types of art and dance and a lot of dope shit.
Who is one artist that you would really love to work with that you haven't worked with yet?
Well, I was in the studio with him, but I need to get back in the studio with Pharrell.
Why Pharrell?
Because Pharrell is one of the best to ever make music, but specifically to push the modern boundaries of black music, you know, and break down walls between rap music and rock music and pop music all together.
So you're only 22 now. Where do you want to see yourself in 10 years? Do you have like any plans, or do you just go day by day?
10 years? I mean, I hope that within the next 10 years we'll be able to make significant progress just in our movement, and in our people and in love all around the world, I hope that I'll be able to impact some significant change between now and 10 years from now. I hope that we won't be getting killed in the street at the same rates. I hope that there'll be less murders in Chicago. I hope my little niggas will be going to college and not doing Xanax. So 10 years from now, I want to see myself in a better world.
Do you think that you, as an artist, or any other artist in the States, that you can affect and maybe make that change possible with your music or with your movement?
Yeah, music, action. Comet told me some dope shit, man. He was just saying that it's about more than just rhyming. It's like what we do in our lives outside of rap and how we interact with the people around us that defines us. So, I just try to be a real one. Not even try. I mean, I am just a real dude. And so I try to be as honest as I can and helpful to people around me.
What is a topic that you haven't written a song about, but you would really love to do that in the future?
Palestine.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why is that?
Palestine is the site of, one of the most atrocious modern day human rights violations. Israel keeps expanding settlements and removing people's homes and displacing them and treating them like they're not human beings. And it's something that you can't really talk about. I could get in trouble even for talking about it right now on camera just because, the powers that be are so married to the money over there. But that's something I definitely want to talk about.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we're rolling with it, hanging at the window. We on 16, riding by the police station. I might make a park line down a pin pro. Somebody tell these motherfuckers if they hear something. I ain't a motherfucking slave, you can change something. Better hope this 9mm jam on me or get blown. Fucking got your body cam